act like that the player that they would have swore was MVP uh just doesn't know how to play the game or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, a quick answer to that is like Stephen A. Smith when he calls Kwame Brown a bum. Like, Kwame Brown probably wasn't um he probably wasn't a all all star, and he probably was a draft, what we call a draft bust. But Kwame Brown uh, went from high school to NBA. And, sometimes that's a rough transition. And when you have a situation like that, you gotta go back to that high school and remember him when he was in high school and understand that he was averaging points, said rebounds in the NBA as like 18 years old. Just imagine being 18 years old and just having to go to the NBA. And you're not like a Euro player where you've been playing in that big ass league for since you was like 12. Nah, you're just rushed in there, and you got to kind of almost be the guy. So it was a lot for a young man in that time to handle, especially in the big boy league too. It wasn't like you were playing in today's league. Like in today's league, you go right to high school. I mean, I could see it, I could understand, but in that big boy league when you had Kevin Garnett and Shaquille O'Neal, still it was just like Dwight Howard in his prime. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, he was not gonna be what they thought. They thought he was gonna be like what LeBron is. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't what's gonna happen. They thought he was gonna be the next Kevin Garnett or something, but that wasn't what was gonna happen. He wasn't gonna be the next Tim Duncan. With him making that big ass leap. That's why LeBron James has that type of greatness, is because he made that big ass leap and then he exceeded every expectation. That's why people still think he's the GOAT, because of that simple fact right there. Because it's a hard thing to do. So when it comes to Kwame Brown, he's still a baller. Don't get it twisted like he's not no baller, but that's what I'm saying. It's like commentators be like crazy with the dramatics of things, just for the clickbait, obviously. Like, you know if Patrick Mahomes don't win the Super Bowl next year, they might be like, oh, well, is Patrick Mahomes right for the Kansas City Chiefs anymore? Will he go to the place that you already know he's not going to go to, like the Bills or something like that? Like, they make out the craziest scenarios for the players that are the most solidified. And, it, like Chad Ochocinco said, it's because you're great. So at the end of the day, when it comes to like Skip Bayless and like Stephen A. Smith and like Brian Winchester or whatever his name, that those guys, I understand what he's saying. But why he do that to Shannon Sharp? Well, the world may never know. I don't understand it, but at least he wasn't going crazy on Shannon Sharp. He said Shannon Sharp plays the middle game, and I mean he kind of has to. He is an NBA player. I mean, not what am I saying? He was an NFL player, and he was a Hall of Famer, and then he also works at ESPN. That's like in today's time, being a cop but also being black is like it's a good thing and it's a great achievement, but everybody's gonna look at it some type of way, which I don't know why, but it's like that's the way society is, and the stereotypes. So in the NBA world, you can't be. It was hard for you to be an analyst and still get respect from the NBA players. Like I'm pretty sure Kendrick Perkins wasn't getting that much respect, at that time. So it is what it is. But with that being mine, God bless you, God bless the first state, and God bless America. It's Wabi.